Hey guys, welcome to I Am Legion for Dying Light. Just came out with version 1.02. Everything looks like it's running well. Wanted to do a quick video to show you guys some of the features that I've added in here. And I started with the intro. Most people are going to want to start their games over, but I went ahead and started with the introduction so I can kind of talk about where some of these ideas came from. I'm going to skip through some stuff, but the main idea for the game came from this scene of Dying Light. If you listen to him as you're running, he talks about the city like it's a dangerous place, and like you actually have to be careful. But that's not what I got from the game. So as I was playing, I was noticing that the zombies are extremely slow. The other day I went out just to test out after I was done with the modification to see how hard it was compared to after my project was done. And I think I stood in the street for about 30 seconds before I actually had to worry about dying. Which for the zombie apocalypse, I'm just not sure why they went that route. But I was looking through the code, and first of all, I want to say thanks to KNG for all his work and showing me, not physically, but showing me how to change the behaviors through the coding and everything. His work is absolutely awesome, and appreciate everything he did to kind of help start this project for me. And then another problem I had recently, I apologize for anybody that might have noticed that the common skills script, I started working on this project and I didn't even remember that I had already used the common skills from advanced moves in there, and so I want to go ahead and apologize for any misguidance that might have come from that. I wasn't trying to use his mod as a part of mine. Matter of fact, everything else was deleted. It was just where that old file was still in there. But some of the major updates for this, besides AI behavior, was just overall interaction with the world. So if you think about the zombie apocalypse, I'm sure most of you have seen The Walking Dead and that kind of thing. Even a couple of good zombie books out there that I love. You never hear about people walking through the city in the post-apocalyptic zombie world not scared. And the problem with this game is that when I first started playing it, I was really excited, and it first felt scary on the first night and everything, but then by the end of the game, I wasn't even, you didn't even have to try to stay alive. I had about probably 56 med kits and more resources than I ever, more metal trash than I ever, metal scrap than I ever needed or could use. And so I did a little bit of rebalancing for that, to where the feel is you should have to go building by building, and you should want to clear areas, and you should want to try to find ways to upgrade your weapons to where you can survive. And they've added things like Molotovs and firecrackers and all these things to help distract and save yourself, but I found that I was playing the whole game through and I never even used them, but maybe at the beginning of the game, and after that point, you get better weapons and you can just decapitate everybody that's in front of you. So I went ahead and upgraded things to where you pretty much require firecrackers in order to get around the city. Maybe not always, but definitely if you've got a large amount on you. I tried messing around with the scripts a little bit. Funny thing, if anybody can go into the scripts and tell me what the deal is, the coders put it as a decoy, a throwable decoy, instead of firecrackers in the code, but for some reason I wasn't able to locate the quantity when you make it. I might have been looking in the wrong place, but I crawled through the code over and over again. I could not find where to make more than 5 firecrackers, and so hopefully that'll be an update in the near future to where you can make more firecrackers, because I realize you're searching all over the city for just a few scraps. Make 5 firecrackers and use them in the first 3 seconds, it's a lot harder to survive. Anyway, so now I'm out in the city, and this is before a lot of the primary code kicks in. So when you first get out here, don't expect to see a lot of the major updates that I've done, just because the world actually doesn't spawn a majority of them until after you get past this first part of, until after you get past the tutorial. I will show you the aggression levels. They are all geared to be like I Am Legend, and they're all climbers now. They're all going to start climbing up your buildings. Where did those other ones go? But I thought the whole creepy fact of them climbing, running, screaming, coming at you from all directions, I figured that was a more believable experience if you were trying to get through a post-apocalyptic city. I wrote in the notes, you might want to have a plan when you're running, because when you first start out, your stamina and everything is so low that they almost catch you like every time. So kind of have an idea where you're going, because they will surround you pretty quick. I did manage to find the group behavior script, so they do communicate with each other in a more basic form. I updated the script so they do see you when you're in a safe zone. Before they had it as soon as you walked in here, all aggression stopped. However, I didn't find that very realistic. So they're going to come and follow you as you walk around and move around the safe house. So before you run out the door, you might want to have an idea of where you're heading. Now I'll go ahead and skip through these.
Hello?
And we'll go through the first mission together.
Fast. Rahim, Zara checked me out and gave me another shot.
A lot of codes that I found in the game, they had a lot of great ideas. But what I was seeing was basically, it feels like they had a great concept and a lot of cool codes written into it, and then at the last second someone said, wait a second, we want 10-year-olds to be able to play this game too, and they dumbed down the scripts left and right. That's just how I felt like they ended things. Now, no offense to the code writers or anything like that. It's just things like bullet penetration and all these cool features. Like, you have left and right mods coming out where guys have found codes inside the script. Now, one of the errors right here, you can see them. They're inside the safe house. Now, they will not attack you, but they, because of the behavior, they do sometimes get inside the gates, and then they get freaked out and run back out if they can. I have yet to figure out a way to fix that, because I don't have a map editor, and the one thing I would like to do is make these areas more securable, make them look more like they've actually had to defend the place. So we're going to start running here and get to the first mission. Before, you might want to go before they start adding up, but as you run you'll see these red containers. Make sure to hit them, because when they start coming at you, you might be able to take a couple out. I don't think I got any there. But I have updated the code to where they follow you a good ways. Like, before, they'd follow you a couple of feet and then they would get distracted or something and they would just stop. Well, now they don't do that. They will chase you halfway across the city. And some of them, it works better than others. Some of them just get bored and turn around. But if you want to try to get away, best way in the beginning levels is to enter the safe houses. It makes them lose all aggression, and then you can go back to what you were doing. Anyway, back to the main point. So as you're going through the city, I found like a lot of containers they had in this game were completely pointless. For example, I don't know how many of you actually searched through trash cans trying to find things, but I know I didn't. I went through the entire game and maybe searched one trash can. Now I have it geared to where you want that stuff, you need that stuff, and so you never know what you can do to try to upgrade your weapons. Now I have a lot more guns in the game, so it's not as required to try to upgrade your swords and stuff, because those are close range, last chance, defense mechanisms, versus your guns are going to be your primary now. This first area, okay, hang on. Now, the explosives won't always kill them, but it will lead them away. They hear the explosions, and so if you want to piss off the entire area and try to get around them, the best way to do it is to hit some explosions and then run. And you'll see on the map as I run that explosion. And shit, too much talking, not enough running. Um, but as you're running, try to get some distractions going. A big part of the game is that what once you get past the intro, then you will. I gotta open up a new spawn point for this. Once you get past the intro, this game will become a lot easier to manage just because your ability to run will go up drastically, your ability to climb over objects and that kind of thing shoots way up, and so you don't have to worry so much about scrambling up the side of the building while 8 jump on top of you. But right here in the beginning introduction is where it's crucial to try to use as much tactical stealth as possible. And when you can't do that, just running until you have to use your firecrackers to get away. This is the slum areas. I think I included it in the README that you do not want to go in the slums, which is what I'm having to do right now. The slums are completely flooded with zombies, as you can hear all of them behind me. I have to throw one of my firecrackers here. And then rest if you can, and then get going. But, so we're heading for this first building over here, and this building has just a couple of zombies on the inside, but the problem is that more come as you're trying to kill off just 2. So while you're fighting, you're gonna, and watch out for the highway, for the love of God. While you're fighting, you're going to want to try to distract the runners, which you can see them coming over right there. So you can kill these guys off and get inside. Also, you've got one that stays in this area. That's the problem, another problem with the code I'm finding. One stays in no matter what, and you have to kill her before, I think that's her right there. You have to kill her before you can get in this door. So this is the hardest part I've found is, oh wait, okay, maybe I can get in. And until I figure out another way, the problem is that they made level 0 codes, but, oh, come on. Maybe this is her. There we go. Alright, so we get in, we kill this guy.
Oh man, I think it's too late for this guy. Okay, it's done. Fuck.
Alright, after this we gotta do the lights. They give you a couple more firecrackers to start with to help you get through the mission. And you use every one of them. But while you're going, if you get a chance, because of the video I didn't stop like I was going to, but while you're out here, you can now climb around and grab a couple of things to try to build more firecrackers, which if I go here to updating, I can now make a couple of things here. So firecrackers. So we need plastic and household goods. So I updated the looting scripts, which in my opinion were lazy as hell. So they had metal scrap on every container, from zombies to I don't know, to chests, to everything. You had stupid stupid metal scrap. And so I've updated this to where the objects, I was very limited in what I could actually use because there's not a lot of everything, but there is enough that I can kind of change some things around. The trash now has plastic parts, tin cans, anything you would think you'd find in the trash, that's where you're going to find it. While the chests themselves, I worked very hard without changing a lot of things to make it to where, hang on, we got one coming in, I think, to where you actually want to try to get in there. And there are goods and weapons and that kind of thing, and so the chests are now worth it. One thing to watch out for that I've found is that you cannot you cannot keep them from attacking you while you're taking these GRE phone calls. So use stealth or secure the area before you go up to the top. Not like it matters. Most of the time in these intro levels, it doesn't take a lot of points from you anyway. But I would suggest before jumping on some of the rooftops, they can see you. So try to secure the area a little bit before standing out in the open, because they'll come after you. I'll give you an example here, because there's no way to secure this place. Let's see if any spot me up here. We have one incoming. We have a couple incoming.
Okay, I met this doctor.
And when it goes blue, supposedly this is now a safe zone, and they will run away from you once you get into the blue. But I've found that a couple still come up and attack you for whatever reason, and I really don't know how to fix that yet.
Your stolen file still takes top
Maybe in
priority,
future
though, right?
updates, but for now it's not a big deal. So when you do these missions for the tutorial to turn on these cars, you can see there's quite a lot down there. What I would recommend is either try to thin them out. Let me see if I have enough for a Molotov. I don't. You can either try to find the materials to make a Molotov, or oh crap, or run for your life and throw as many firecrackers as you can while you're doing it. So we'll try that method. So let's throw a firecracker, throw a firecracker.
They're all around the car, Spike.
You still have some firecrackers, don't you?
Shit.
Just throw some into the crowd. Those dead bastards are easily distracted.
All done with the car, Spike.
Alright, that worked pretty well.
Just might make it. The next trap's close by, and I shouldn't have to tell you, but don't get caught out in the open.
Spike, these freaks are everywhere. If I need to use a trap, how do I activate it?
You can. I told you. They're
Alright.
only for the night mission.
So he gave us some more firecrackers, so that
Okay.
should help in the slums. This is the worst area. Out of all the areas on the maps that I've found, the slums are the hardest to stay alive because they pour out of every building. With the aggression levels turned up, they bust out of every door, come off every ceiling, everywhere. So when you're running through here, if you see chests and that kind of thing, don't stop. Just keep running. And use the traps on the ground. Before, that was another thing that I noticed, is that a lot of the traps, you didn't feel like you even needed to use them because they weren't such a threat that, you know, they'd come stumbling up, and more than not, they would accidentally run into one rather than you kicking them into it, or, you know, feeling like you needed to. Feeling like you had to. And I think it's going to start me over on the other side of the city again. So it takes a little bit longer to get through this. We're at 18 minutes now. You can skip forward if need be. But another recommendation is to stay off the highways. They say that in the tutorial, but I never felt like, if anything, the highways were more fun. You know, if you wanted points, you just ran down to the highway to kill some zombies rather than, or to raid police cars. Police cars now have guns in them. I updated the code to where they should have either pistols or rifles depending on your level. And so that's a good resource if you're looking around for weapons, is to go head straight for a place that has police cars. Now, when I was playing this to first start with, I found the easiest thing to do was to have a co-op buddy and have one help guard or help you clear an area, so you could at least try to get good stuff and split the loot. Oh, come on. Another thing is, you don't have to do that other one. That one over there, for some reason, the code lets you skip that. Just FYI, for making this mission go faster. Alright, we're on our last one, finishing up. Promise, we're almost there. I want to show you the bad guy, the main boss. That seems to be one that when I first made this modification,
Like the whole
I
goddamn
played with my
district went down. What the
sister
hell's going on?
on here, and she had a lot of trouble killing this goon up here at the electric plant. So I was gonna demo a good way to bypass having to deal with this. Let's go ahead and throw one. Okay. Don't look like that fixed everything, but let's get going.
Fuck, what is this?
Alright, I don't think I updated my dodge, but let's take a shot at killing him real quick. Duck and cover. Alright. And he's not down, but we can go ahead and hit this and get on with the mission, finish things out. I won't spend the time trying to kill that guy just to save some time here.
All right, I've got the substation reset.
Make sure to grab this
If we're
stuff in
shorted
here.
once,
You're
you
gonna
know
need
it
it.
could happen again, right?
You leave the electrical engineering to me, okay? Just get your ass to a safe zone. You're gonna have to spend the night there.
I'd recommend going to all your buddies that were really good at Skyrim picking locks and get a few of them on board so you can get them to unlock shit while you're defending them. All right, let's back out into it. We're heading for the safe house, and we'll be done with the tutorial. But you know, this modification really helps you figure out the city. By the time you're done with this, you'll know the big hot spots, good areas, good routes to run, and it's really helped improve my liking towards the game. Just because if you think this is bad, when you get to the second city, with all the tall buildings and everything, their range will increase as you go to where they can see further, and so by the time you get to that city, things have escalated quite a bit. So it's a pretty big challenge. Before the movie ends, I will go ahead and say that shotguns I've made to where they're kind of your cherry. They do the most damage of any weapon, but your reload times and fire rate is, fire rate is standard, but the reload times take a little bit longer than usual. So they're going to be your boss guns for taking out big guys. But just know that with the code changing, they now hear you a long ways away. This is a fun thing. In the code written in, they had all these unlockable outfits, right? But these national outfits were disabled, and I don't know if this was for later on in the game or maybe for the stadium when they come out with that DLC later on. But they had them locked down, so I went ahead and unlocked those for everybody, so they could enjoy them. But now that we're done with the tutorial, you can now join up with other people. Co-op works just fine. I'll go a little bit further in showing the inventory on the first. Now the first merchant is now available. So from here, we're going to head back towards the house, and I'll show you the weapons that you start off with at the shops, just to kind of confirm here. I saw a lot of other mods. For example, one person made it to where you have every weapon in the entire game. While I thought that was a good idea with the traders and everything, I thought it was a little bit too close to cheating. I would like, some more playability in the game, but I don't necessarily want it to where, I can buy any weapon. The reason it's so foggy, I unlocked the weather types. They had all the weather types locked into the code. You can easily unlock them. But it starts out, you have two pistols and you have the shotgun here. The shotgun ammo is going to be a little bit more expensive, and you definitely can't carry as much shotgun ammo. I capped it off to where you can carry a good amount of shells, but not an unrealistic amount. For the rifle ammo, now you buy individual clips, and the way I set it up is you can buy individual clips, or if you buy bulk, you get one clip free. So essentially, if you wanted to buy the same amount, you could go here and buy the same amount as the rifle ammo, which is 8 clips, but you get a 9th clip free when you just pay through here. I thought that would be something that maybe a trader would actually have. Pistol ammo is pretty easy to buy, but the first thing you're going to want to do as soon as you get back is go ahead and sell off your stuff, anything extra that you may have here, and go ahead and try to buy your first gun. For me, I'm a little bit short on my first gun, but I can go scavenge around the city. And just a heads up, if you're sitting there going like, well, I really don't want to take the time to scavenge for any weapons, I will let you know that on the first mission, on this first mission where you go and talk to Spike, you encounter Rise's men, and you will get 1 to 2 to 3 rifles at the beginning, depending on how many weapons spawn on his men that are around the guarded drop, that first drop you encounter. But if you buy a pistol, if you save up and go around and scavenge, you can buy a pistol and then use that pistol to take out Rise's men. Wow, that's the first. Take out Rise's men. And so that may be a good option for getting some ammo and some guns. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the modification. If you have any questions, let me know. Anything I can improve on, just keep me posted. And happy gaming.